Nfgie. Join ചെയ്തു. ഇല്ല, അതിനു മുമ്പ് നിങ്ങൾ ആരെങ്കിലും പറഞ്ഞാലേ it is good. Rajesh Bhaskar is not there. Okay, then you just introduce. Also is addressing. Then I can. Okay.
Good morning, all. Welcome to the sessions. The session which is organized by Nfgie India. So the topic motor TP. The session is being taken by Mr. G. Sudhagar. He is a retired RM and a respected faculty for these classes. Welcome you all to the session and welcome sir to pass on this start the session. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sriji. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sriji,
Sir,
video.
you are audible, sir, but your video is upside down. I think it has to be, your device has to be set up.
How to set up? Video setup. Mirror my video. Adjust for low light. Original ratio HD. World facing right. Now?
Right.
Good. Okay. Now, is it okay? Audible audio and video?
Perfectly right, sir.
Okay.
It's perfect.
Very good.
Perfect.
Very good. Thank you. Good morning to all the participants of Nfgie and other group members also. It's an opportunity for me to take motor third party class for the ensuing promotion examination for class 1 officers. Before going to the session, 2-3 important points I want to make about the third party session. Out of 30 questions in motor, normally I have seen many questions during all the 10 to 12 years. Many questions will motor some minimum around 6 to 7 or 8 or some cases 5 only they are asking in motor third party department, but nevertheless don't ignore those questions. It is my sincere advice. Unless otherwise you are very thorough in motor OD, then you can attempt motor OD alone, leaving TP. But nowadays the questions are prepared in a vague way by the questionnaire, question paper preparators. So let us prepare for all the eventualities. That is for OD also and TP also. Yeah, in 1 year, when I wrote the scale 4 to scale 5 in 2018, you will not believe that no questions have been asked in TP except 5 questions relating to the case studies of Supreme Court judgment. They gave 5 questions on TP only on case study. They narrate a case study, and this case study belongs to on what action. Either option is that is structured formula basis, or that pillion rider death to pillion rider basis, or driving license no DL basis. So like that, one case study, famous case study, especially the Sarala Verma case study is a famous case study for multiplier. So those case studies, I sincerely request you, I will show it in the slide also. Those case studies also you have to prepare. So minimum around 6 to 7 or 8 questions will be asked in TP. Let us prepare for everything. Now I will share my screen. Before sharing, I want to tell you the mode of today's class. I will going to explain the various definition of a motor vehicle act, motor vehicles under the Motor Vehicle Act and Section 2, and what all the sections, various sections, important sections alone, and what is hit and run old provision and new provision effective from 1/4/22, and no fault liability, old provision and new provision effective from 1/4/22, and appeal provision. So this is the first part. Second part, already I have shared through Sriji on screen in the that notification chat also, Zoom chat also. Everybody must go through that amendment. That is, or otherwise you can go to the official gazette of TP Motor Vehicle Act Revision 2019 Amended Act. But this sharing which I made in the chat box is very useful. It is narrated in a simple words, and why it has been revised. So like that one I have downloaded from net. It is very useful. I have gone through. Everybody should gone through that, because many questions may ask by this time in all those angle also. So for example, that 2019 Act, that invalid carriage has been renamed as please mute all the participants has to mute, otherwise it will disturb others and me also. Invalid carriage has been renamed as adapted vehicle. So this question, invalid carriage, has been renamed as follows. So they may give 4 options, and in that the correct option is adapted vehicle. So like that, new changes has been made in the 2019 recently, and especially the sections from 53 to 57 and 93. Sorry, 50 to 57 and 93. Relating to the third party has been reintroduced in effective from 1/4/2019. So I will go to, I'm sharing the screen. Is it visible to all? Participants, is it visible to all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So this is a very old PowerPoint presentation or a MS Word PDF document prepared by our RO official. It is very useful. Important sections in motor third party. Normally, we will be usually using in our day-to-day departmental work is also, it has been done. You have to go through this point number 3. That is third party insurance deals with chapter 10, chapter 11, and chapter 12 from section 140 to 176, chapter 12. So this chapter is important. You have to remember the chapter. That is chapter 10, chapter 11, and in chapter 12, section 140 to 176 deals with motor third party insurance in the Motor Vehicle Act. So these sections deals with methodology of third party liability claim settlement by the insured, and other sections like driving license, permit, fitness, validity of driving license, etc. has been defined in these chapters. And coming to the point number 5, categories of vehicle. Please remember, I am dealing this subject only for the examination point of view, not for the practical aspects. But for practical aspects, the time needed maybe even 1 week is not enough to share the department third party. So only for examination point of view, to gain more knowledge and to gain more mark in the TP motor examination, just I am dealing these cases. Categories of vehicle. These categories of vehicle, the section 2 of motor vehicle is defined the different categories of vehicle. You can check in any act, I'm underlining, you can check in any act, section 2 will be normally the definitions. So here the definitions of motor vehicle, they have enumerated various vehicle, motor car, motor cab, omnibus, public service vehicle, education institution buses. What is a contract carriage? What is a stage carrier? And goods carrying vehicle? And what is GVW? Here, some importance has to be given. What is GVW? What is ULW? And what is RLW? Normally, RLW is a registered laden weight of a vehicle, and unladen weight is ULW. So RLW minus ULW will give you a carrying capacity of the vehicle. So that was the formula we adopted. And what is a HGV? Definition for HGV. 1 or 2 times they asked a definition for LMV. Goods carry GVW not exceeding a certain kgs is defined as LMV. So similarly, HGV you have to see exceeding 12,000 with GVW exceeding 12,000, or a road roller tractor with unladen weight exceeding 12,000. These two under a statement you have to remember. Either it is if it is a HGV, GVW exceeding 12,000 kg, or if it is a road roller or tractor, ULW. It is not relating to GVW. ULW exceeding 12,000 kg is defined as a HGV. Then invalid carriage. So this definition has been changed as adopted vehicle now. It is previously in the 1988, it has been mentioned as invalid carriage. You can expect this question also, that is invalid carriage has been renamed as adopted vehicle. And definition for LMV, very, very important. That is GVW up to 7,500 kgs and motor car, tractor, road roller with unladen weight. Again here ULW, not GVW, up to 7,500 kgs is defined as an LMV. So there are one more important concept on LMV also. You can go through the case study of 2019, I think 2019 or 20, issued by Supreme Court regarding that holder of LMV can ride the transport vehicle also. I think it is an important landmark judgment, and based on that, we have to now settle the claim. Even the LMV transport vehicle driver is holding only LMV. So that is enough now. So that is an important concept. You can go through that case study also. Okay. So section 2, we have seen the definitions of some motor vehicle, motor cab, and invalid carriage. What is HGV? What is LMV? What is GVW? Those aspects just you go through for your examination. Next is relevant to some sections of motor vehicle relevant for examination point of view alone. So we have seen section 2 definitions, and section 3 defines driving license aspects. Section 4 defines the age criteria. Age criteria is very, very important. Several times, almost all examination, this question has been asked. What is the minimum age to obtain a transport vehicle endorsement? So your answer should be 20 years. Suppose if they ask what is the minimum age to obtain a driving license, then you have to answer 18 years. Suppose if they ask what is the minimum age to obtain a license for vehicles up to 50 cc, then you have to answer 16 years. So these are all the changes. And one thing you have to remember, driving license renewal procedures has been entirely revamped. You have to go through the new licensing procedure, new licensing renewal procedures, and previously only 30 days grace period was there. After 30 days grace period, the validity driving license has to be taken afresh, and it will not be given without with retrospective effect. Now that 30 days has been extended to 1 year. So these are all some major important changes in driving license and driving license issuance, renewal of driving license. All those categories you have to go through on your own, so that if they ask any questions on renewal of DL, you are well versed to answer those questions. Section 8, that is grant of learner's license. It is also important, very important. 1 or 2 times they ask for scale 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. There are 3 points. One is the learner should be accompanied by an instructor having a valid DL, and he should sit in such a position to control the vehicle. That is, if the rider is on the right side, the instructor has to be sit on the left side. He should not sit on the back side of the car. So that was one important point. Another point is L mark in red has to be prominently pasted in the front side and rear side of the vehicle. And very important, a learner of motorcycle shall not carry any other person except as provided in A. That is, only instructor should be accompanied. But we have seen many driving license agents. They will take around 4, 5, 6 persons inside the vehicle, and one person will ride for 3 kilometers and another will ride for 3 kilometers. So this is the position now. But if those vehicles met with an accident, they will not comply with the Central Motor Vehicle rules, and it warrants repudiation of claim since it is a violation of motor vehicle rules. Then this section 9, there are some major changes are there. If you go through that mail link I have sent through chat box, major changes by section wise it has been noted. From this is prepared maybe another before 10 years before. You can import, note down the changes in this printout itself, because this section 9, it can be obtained only from the RTA in the jurisdictional area where the applicant ordinarily resides. So this has been changed in 2019. So that's why I'm telling, take a printout of this, I think 8 or 9 pages, go through the chat box, take a printout of this, or make important changes, amendments made in these sections so that you can write the correct answers in the examination. See, currency of DL. Currency of DL has also changed now as per 2019 Act. So it is also available in the chat box. Renewal of DL. It is also a change, major change has been made from effective from 2019. Suppose if a question has been asked, when the Motor Vehicle Act 2019 has been introduced. So it was introduced in the official gazette effective from 1st September 2019. But however, some of the changes has been made effective from 1/4/2022. So the major changes made in the effective from 1/4/22 was that limitation period. That is, previously the limitation period was, there was no limitation period. You can file the case even after 5 years or 10 years or 15 years. But now they made it the limitation period as 6 months. That is very important changes under section 166(3). And second important changes is the compensation for no fault liability under a new section 164, not 140. The previous section is 140, but the new section is 164. In that, the compensation for death is 5 lakhs and for grievous injuries it is 2.5 lakhs. Previously it was 50,000 and 25,000. Suppose in the next week examination, if they are asking what is the compensation for hit and run as per the amended Act 2019, then your answer should be 5 lakhs for death and 2.5 lakhs for grievous injury. Suppose they have not doesn't mention anything. The compensation for hit and run accident as per Motor Vehicle Act 1988 is so and so. That is, they have not mentioned the revised amount of 2 lakhs. They only mentioned 50,000. Then you can answer 50,000. Suppose if in the answer, if for death, if the amount 5 lakhs is available, you have to mark only 5 lakhs, not 50,000, because already it has the changes has been effected from 1st April 22. But normally the questions will be asked from amended Act 2019, then the option will be 5 lakhs. Similarly, the changes, important changes made in hit and run accident under section 161. It was for death, it is 2 lakh, and for grievous injury it is 50,000. Previously it was for death it is 25,000, grievous injury it is 12,500. So that has been changed now. And major changes has been major changes has been the procedure for conducting the inquiry of the motor vehicle cases by the police officer. So all those things has been given, and you can go through all those aspects. And in respect of penalties for road traffic violations, it has already enacted from 1st September 2019. You must go through all those revisions, because for speed drive, vehicle high speed driving, and for vehicle after consuming intoxication, and many changes are there. Non-wearing of helmet, non-wearing of seat belt, overspeeding, and over-dimension carrying over-dimension vehicle. So all those aspects, a hectic penalty has been imposed. So you have to see the new amount of penalty. They may ask the new penalties this time. Last time in the 2021 examination, they have not touched these aspects. But now I expect that these changes may appear in the question papers. So you have to remember currency of DL, renewal of DL as per the new guideline of 2019, not as per this slide. That is very important. Then section 50, transfer of ownership. It is relating to our GR 17 of our tariff. Similar to that, as per the Motor Vehicle Act, also under section 60, transfer of ownership has been defined. Same as our OD portion. That is within 14 days, it has to be transferor shall inform to the RTO within 14 days. If this is within state, outside state, it is 45 days. The transferee within 30 days of transfer of ownership, report the same to the RTA. So the time limit to inform RTA for change of name is 14 days, if it is within the state. If it is from other state, it is 45 days. And the transferee within 30 days of transfer of ownership, report the same to the RTA pertaining to the place of his residence. So this is under section 50 of MV Act. There it is GR 17 of our motor tariff. So that is the only difference. And certificate of fitness, age of the vehicle, just to go through all these kind. I will only pinpoint the important sections for the examination point of view. Permit. This permit also has permit and fitness has also made a revamping changes in the 2019 Act. Everything has been mentioned in the mail link provided to you in the chat box. Transfer of permit, temporary permits, replacement of vehicle. So those relating to sections under Motor Vehicle Act. Then we are coming to the offences penalties, not the amount, and with sections, because previously, even previously, the offences amount has not been, they have not asked in the question papers, but they ask only the sections. But don't take that chance now. You have to see the section and you have to see the revised penalty amount also. Both combined together, you have to study requirement of DL and license, and one more thing, that is over speeding not allowed under section 194 of offense non-compliance. And here the important point is section CMVR 138.3, wearing of seat belt by driver and persons sitting in the front seat. It is very important. What is the CMVR rule 138.3? And Motor Vehicle Act 129 says wearing of helmet by the riders of a two-wheeler is compulsory except for a Sikh wearing a turban. So this is important. This except is important, and helmet and section 1 to Motor Vehicle Act section 129 is also important. But the only thing is the non-wearing of helmet, the penalty has been now increased to, I think, 1,000 or 1,500. Right? I am exactly not remembering that amount, but it has been shared to you. This section 146, Motor Vehicle Act section 146 says the requirement for compulsory third-party insurance. That is the main point. That is any vehicle plying on road must have a minimum third-party insurance or act-only policy that has been defined in the section 146 of Motor Vehicle Act. They may ask for 122 also this question. And section 184 of Motor Vehicle Act says punishment for driving the vehicle dangerously. One more important, very important point is Motor Vehicle Act section 185 and Offence Act 204 for drunken driving, when through a breath analysis test, the presence of alcohol is detected exceeding 30 mg per 100 ml. So this is very, very important. Exceeding 30 mg per 100 ml of blood. If the test shows this result, then he is said to be under the influence of alcohol. So this is the definition they have given as per the Motor Vehicle Act. This is under Motor Vehicle Act section 185, offence punishment section 204. So this is very important. One more important scheme is the Solatium Fund or Solatium scheme introduced in the year 1989. This is as per the section 163 of Motor Vehicle Act, that is for paying compensation and hit and run accidents. That is your compensation for hit and run accidents are paid by Solatium Fund. This Solatium Fund is managed by central government, state government, and all the general insurance companies. And this fund, please mute participants, please mute. And this fund is managed by New India Assurance. For your information, entire Solatium Fund of Government of India is managed by New India Assurance. So what is Solatium Fund? Solatium Fund is a fund created by state government, central government, and all the insurance company. And in case a compensation has been filed for hit and run accidents, the amount of compensation, we have seen the revised compensation of 2 lakhs. For previous compensation, it was only 28,000 for death, and grievous injury, it is only 12,500. But now it is revised. So this compensation will be distributed from this fund only, because for hit and run, you will not be able to identify the identity of the vehicle, and hence there is no possibility to target who is the insurer for this vehicle. So because of this, the hit and run compensation is paid only through Solatium Fund that was managed by all the central and state and all the insurance companies. So this is one very important aspect. You have to remember the new compensation for hit and run. You have to remember the Solatium scheme, when it was formed, 1989, under which section of Motor Vehicle Act, under 163 of the Motor Vehicle Act, and who is managing the fund, central government, state government, and all the insurance company, general insurance company. Very important point is who is distributing the compensation. That is very important. It is not through MACT court. It is the distribution is only through the local district collector. The victim or the legal has to file a petition before the district collector for payment of compensation and hit and run accidents, because in the FIR, the police is unable to identify the vehicle, and hence the owner is unidentifiable, and hence the insurance company is not available for this compensation, and hence we need compensation under this section of Motor Vehicle Act. So he will go through and he will investigate, the officer will investigate this case, whether it is a hit and run case, whether the police charge sheet, final charge sheet will be called, and through after verification, the amount will be distributed to their bank accounts by the district collector. So that was the provision for distribution. This chapter 10, we have seen chapter 10, chapter 11, and chapter 12, particular sections alone relating to third-party insurance. But this chapter 10 is exclusively relating to no-fault liability. What is no-fault liability? Section 140 says that the claimant or the applicant need not prove the negligence on the part of the driver of the offending vehicle. So that was the no fault liability. Even if he is not fault, if he is the offender is not fault, then also they have to pay a minimum compensation of 50,000 and 25,000 as per the previous act. Now, as per 2019 act amended from 1st April 2022, the amount is revised to 5 lakhs. Exactly 10 times. Your question may be asked like that also. From the existing compensation, the multiplicity of 10 times, exactly 50,000 into 10 times is 5 lakhs. Here also 25,000 into 10 times is 2,50,000. So that is matching with the new compensation. So your option of answers may be not exactly 5 lakhs. They may ask old compensation multiplied by 10 times, or so like that they may ask. For grievous injury also old compensation multiplication with multiplicity of 10 times. So that is also the correct answer. So you got to choose the various options, whether it is relating to this question or not. So this is very important. Section 140. You got to remember the section. What is no fault liability and what are the new compensation? Though the old compensation also you should know. So this is very important under this one. Under chapter 11, we are dealing only the important sections, not all sections in chapter 11. Section 146, I have already told that section 146 is very important in respect of third-party insurance, because any vehicle plying on road must have a minimum third-party insurance. So this question, that is rule number 141 and rule number 142, many times they have asked through GR. Even if you find in GR and some GR, I think the GR number is, I will tell you the GR number also, so that you can correlate those two aspects. Anybody knows by heart what is the section? Yes, I have got GR 22. GR 22 says rule number 142. Rule number 142, cover note shall be a form number 52 only. Here the respective GR is 22. Similarly, for rule number 141, certificate of insurance shall be in the form number 51. And for this, the GR is, relevant GR is 23. GR 23. You have to study by an analysis that combining all together. So we are here combining the GR with the act and the rules. So that study will help always. If any such questions may be twisted, you have the possibility to answer all those questions also. So this 146, you have to go through. What are the important points in 146? No vehicle can be driven in a public place without a valid insurance policy. That is very important. In case of vehicle carrying dangerous, hazardous, there must be policy of insurance under Public Liability Act. So this point has been mentioned under section 146 of Motor Vehicle Act. The examiner may give this statement. In case of vehicle carrying dangerous, hazardous goods, there must be policy of insurance under Public Liability Act 1991. Appears in which of the Motor Vehicle Act section? Options 142, 145, 146, 147. Then your answer should be 146. In 146, there are certain exemptions has also been given. So these are the exemptions. That is, I have told no vehicle should ply on a road without valid insurance, but these exemptions can be made. Suppose if it is a government-owned vehicle used for non-commercial purpose, it can run without any valid insurance. Underline the word government-owned vehicle used for non-commercial purpose. It is not for commercial purpose. If authorized government vehicle used for commercial purpose, suppose if it is used for commercial purpose, then it should be authorized by the government. So these are all the exemptions. These vehicles need not possess a valid insurance certificate from an insurer. is the scope of liability to the insurer covering death, bodily injury, and property damage up to a statutory limit of 6,000. Remember, suppose if they ask 147, your answer should be the liability is only 6,000, either for injury or for death of a third party or a damage to the third party property damage. For all these damages, section 147 says the liability, for injury, it is unlimited. For death, it is also unlimited. Only for property damage, it is 6,000. Please correct it. Only for property damage, the statutory limit is 6,000. Suppose if this 6,000 has an inbuilt cover in all our insurance policy, whereby the TPPD coverage for commercial vehicle and private car has been enhanced to as inbuilt up to 7.5 lakhs. And for two-wheeler also, it is a maximum of 1 lakh. It has been granted for TPPD. But if the question is asked as per 147, the statutory limit for TPPD, then your answer should be 6,000. And right side, very important, who are all termed as, who are eligible to get compensation under a Motor Vehicle Act under 147. Any third party not connected with the insured vehicle, owner, representative of the goods. Remember, owner or representative of the goods, not both. Owner or representative of goods. Third, fare-paying passengers carried in public service vehicle, paid driver, conductor, employees of the insured, not employee of anyone else. Pillion rider of two-wheeler under a package policy. Remember, this 7 is important. Pillion rider of a two-wheeler under a package policy. Similarly, occupant of a private car insured under package policy. If it is a third-party policy, the occupants and pillion rider is not eligible for compensation as per section 147. So that was the concept they have given. Here also, there are exemptions from liability. Insurer can escape from the liability only under these circumstances. Suppose claim has come, third party claim has come for unauthorized gratuitous passengers in any goods vehicle, then insurer can escape from the liability provided all the plea has been taken and the court has convinced that 147 has been violated. Similarly, for pillion rider of a two-wheeler in a liability policy, we have to give proper return statement, we have to give proper evidence, we have to mark the policy certificate of insurance, policy copy, along with the clause by giving evidence of by an officer concerned that this is not as per 147 section of Motor Vehicle Act. Then the court will accept and we can escape from the liability. If all these steps has not been taken, then the court may say they will pass on the liability to the insurer. So you have to remember these points, and the necessary plea has to be taken at the time of practical session also. So there are around 12 points are there. Go through those 12 points. That is important. 146, 147. 157, that is transfer of certificate of insurance. We have said name transfer under RC, that is one section. This 157 says transfer of certificate of insurance similar to our GR of GR 17. So as per this also, this they are not telling about OD, that as per TP, if the vehicle is on liability coverage, it is deemed to be automatically transferred to the transferee owner of the vehicle. So the transfer shall apply within 14 days with the insurer for effecting necessary changes in the policy. In the event of non-transfer of insurance, third-party liability does not cease, but OD claim after the transfer of ownership is not payable. So this is the important aspect as per our GR provision. So it is as per section 157 of Motor Vehicle Act. Very important, 161. compensation for hit and run. It has been redefined now. You have to alter this. Death 5 lakh, and for injury, grievous injury, it is 2,50,000. Then 163 Solatium Fund. So there is no change in Solatium Fund. But this 163A has been entirely removed from by 2019 Act. Previously, that 94 Act, they made it 163 as a structured compensation, even though the claimant need not prove about the negligence of the driver offending vehicle. They can claim under 163A, but it is only structured compensation. The maximum liability.
Sir, 1 minute.
Yeah.
Sir, this Bindu. So hit and run when the compensation is 2 lakhs, no, for death and 50,000 for injury, no?
Yeah.
Not 5 lakhs and 2 lakh 50.
5 lakhs and 2,50,000 is no fault liability.
Under hit and run it is 2 lakh and
2 lakh
50,000.
and 2 lakh and 50,000 for grievous injury.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Okay. So this 163A has been now removed. Previously, this 163A was introduced in the year 1994 amendment. Thereby the claimant may get a enhanced compensation of 5 lakhs. So that has been now removed. Section 163, it is also important. That says a person can file a claim either under 140 or 163A, but not under both. But now this is redeemed. It is 163 is no more. But previously, section 140 is also no fault liability. 163A also a no fault liability under structured compensation. And the claimant can file only application to prove no fault liability and get compensation only under one section, not under both sections. So that was the point they have raised. And this is also important. 166. Who can claim the petition? Very important. Many 2-3 times they have asked this question. Under 166, who can claim the petition? Injured person or owner of the property or any legal representative of the deceased person. Not, you remember, not legally, not legal heirs. It is not necessary that legal heirs. A legal representative is enough. Then a duly authorized agent of the claimant. So these are all the persons. And where is the jurisdiction? Jurisdictions I have mentioned within this jurisdiction, and the form of petition also there. But the time limit, see that previous in 1994 amendment, time limit restriction has been removed with effect from 14/11/1994. That was amendment made in 1988. In original Motor Vehicle Act 1988, this period of 6 months was there. But the government has revised this 166, that is time limit for filing petition. They removed this 6 months and they have not mentioned any period in the 94 amendment. So that caused many hindrance to the insurance company. So they represented after, I think around 1994, 2004, 2014, almost nearing 28 years, they now revised that effective from 2019 amendment, that too from 1/4/22, the time limit is only 6 months and not as per the earlier amendment of 14/11/94. So you got to remember and you got to keep it in mind. Section 170. Many times they have asked these 2 important points, that is defenses under section 170. Go through those points because of the paucity of time. I am telling you what are all the important sections, but give one reading, entire reading of this slide. Then interest on award, bank charge from the date of petition up to the satisfaction of award, and appeal, there is a change. Appeal, this 3rd point has been changed. Any award less than 10,000 cannot be appealed against. It was in 1994 amendment. In 2019 amendment, any award less than 1 lakh, this has been changed to 1 lakh, again 10 times. Remember, again 10 times, cannot be appealed against. So that are all the important points which I want to bring to you about the definition under section 2, various sections and penalties, and various sections under Motor Vehicle Act, and important sections of 146, 147, 163A and 166, 170 and appeal provision. So these are all the important points. I think CG, if anybody is not having this PDF format, I will share with CG. He will put it in you in the WhatsApp group or chat box. So this is about changes. And one more thing, I think I will close this slide and I will try to show you that slides link available in the chat box. So this is the link I have shared. Very simple. Motor Vehicle Amendment Act 2019, when it was effected, and what is the amended sections. Section 2 amended. The first point is very important point is adopted vehicle has been changed as invalid carriage has been changed as an adopted vehicle, and the one more point is that community service, say class 4, that after this under section 2 itself, a community service has been formed, and this aggregator means a digital intermediary or marketplace for a passenger to connect with a driver for the purpose of transportation. So this they have amended in 2019 Act, introduced in the 2019 and not amended. It was newly introduced section. So what are the newly introduced section you have to go through once, and the community service and the Good Samaritan and golden hour. So those are all the important points. Just to give a reading on this one amendment, how it has been amended, and what is the revised amount. Everything we can see this. So this I want to show you, and now we will go to the motor third party. So this is a PowerPoint prepared by me for the benefit of all of you. This shows several, this was prepared for another group, but important points I will show to you. Is it visible, candidates?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So these are all the important amendments made in 2019. That link I have shared, beautifully they narrated, but here only bullet points are there. You can't ask any more points from this. So chapter 1, what are all changes, and chapter 3. So chapter 2, there are important changes. That is, e-cart and e-rickshaws have been defined. In the chart of old, which I have shown to you under section 2, I have not shown that e-cart and e-rickshaw. I have shown motor cab, invalid carriage, LMV, HMV only I have shown. But this you have to remember, what is e-cart, what is e-rickshaw definition. Then chapter 2, licensing of driving. There are major changes, necessity for driving license, grant of driving license, and renewal of driving license. There are important changes. And endorsements for driving license is also mentioned. And permits. The bold letters are made as important changes. Recall of a motor vehicle, limit speed, limitation he has to use, duty to obey traffic signs. This will come under the traffic offenses. 134A, protection of good Samaritans, and golden hour scheme. Everything has been narrated here. And for your good order, that chapter 13, offenses and penalties has been mentioned. Though it is not relating to insurance relating chapter is only 9, 10, 11, 12. But this 13 relates to offenses, penalties. From section 180 it is starting. 180 it is starting, driving excessive speed dangerously, contravention of section 3, and unauthorized persons to drive, drunken driving. Everything has been mentioned in these sections and miscellaneous. So these are all the important changes in the bullet point. And one more important point is that this motor vehicle fund, motor vehicle accident fund, creation of motor vehicle accident fund that will be designed to provide compulsory vehicle insurance to the vehicle owners. It is a new concept. It is available in the Act, but it has not yet started. A fund has to be created, creation of motor vehicle fund designed to provide compulsory vehicle insurance and medical treatment for road accident, but already it has come. Medical treatment for road accident victims under the golden hour scheme. What is the golden hour scheme? That is within 24 hours, they should be admitted in a hospital. And monetary compensation for hit and run, it has been enhanced already. Vehicle recall. This is also one more changes brought by the Motor Vehicle Act 2019. This is very much important that nowadays you will also come through some TV channels that many battery operated vehicles fired in one place of India, and the dealer and manufacturer has immediately taken to retrieve all those vehicles to factory, and changes will be effected, and it will a new vehicle will be given to the owners even though they purchased already. So that was the concept. So the vehicle recall is for that purpose only. Now we have that we have already seen recall is in product recall only, it will be coming, but now as per Act this vehicle recall, not parts recall, it is only vehicle recall. This is golden hour, very important. What is, sorry, not 24 hours, it is 1 hour. Described as 1 hour. Under the clause, the golden hour has been described as 1 hour post a major accident, not 24 hours. Within 1 hour, that road accident victim has to be admitted in a hospital, and any passenger, co-passengers, or any persons, any third persons can take him to the hospital for the immediate assistance, so that the death will not happen for those persons. So this we have already implemented. Good Samaritan. Good Samaritan. That is as per Road Transport Act, that force of the guidelines for the protection of Good Samaritan are issued by the ministry. Because the features, what are all Good Samaritans? Police should not involve the Good Samaritans for investigation, because suppose a person is helping an injured person in a road accident, and after that that person will be harassed by the investigating officials to come to the court like that. But from this Act, it is confirmed that police should not involve the Samaritans for investigation. Hospital should not refuse to treat accident victims and should not charge for first aid. And Good Samaritan should be protected from civil and criminal liability. One more important point, they need not reveal their identity. Again, they can choose to be an eyewitness and should not be compelled otherwise. So these are all the major points on Good Samaritan. Steep rise in penalties. Traffic violations by juvenile. This is important. Juvenile person less than 18 years, if he ride the vehicle and met with an accident causing injury to other third party, there are severe punishments are there. Even their parents will be called. So this is important. Traffic violation by juveniles. Offences, penalties, allowing unauthorized person to driving vehicles in contravention of the section 4, driving dangerously, driving drunken, using vehicles in unsafe condition. This is also an offense. Driving license provision, everything is available in this slide. If you want, I will share this also. But however, don't forget to read this linked study material. Currency of driving license, renewal of driving license, etc. So these are all the points and some more definitions. Definitions we have seen all these: motor cab, stage carrier, heavy goods, light motor vehicle, and a new definition that is e-rickshaw, that you have to add this. Yeah, e-rickshaw and e-cart is also here. So I think this will be enough. Right. We will go to one more Word document. Nowadays, I told you, in 2018, they asked 5 case studies. Just to go through some of the important landmark judgments of Supreme Court. So I have taken these landmark judgments. Asha Rani judgment on liability to pillion rider. Even one case study may go up to 100 to 200 pages, but you must know what is the crisp point that the judgment SC is saying, Supreme Court is saying. Asha Rani judgment, or they may ask Asha Rani versus National Insurance famous landmark judgment is relating to following option A, B, C, D. So in that, this option should be there, liability to pillion rider. Then compensation to unborn child. Oh, I have forgot to omit that name. Just go through it. It is there. Even if you search in Google, it will be available. Compensation to unborn child, because the unborn child is also treated as another life. It is a landmark judgment of Supreme Court. You have to go through that, who is the petitioner and the respondent, so that the case study, if they ask, you can answer it is compensation to unborn child. And Mukund Devangan, it is that famous judgment which I already told, LMB license. LMB transport vehicle holder can hold only LMB license. It is enough. So that is Mukund Devangan. That is the name. And Pranay Sethi, it is that fixed personal allowance and consortium loss of estate, funeral expenses. So these are these heads. Under these heads also, compensation can be provided as per the SC landmark judgment of Pranay Sethi. Very important case is Sarla Verma case. That is application of proper multiplier, deduction of personal expense. The Sarla Verma case says the important multiplier aspect, how the multiplier has to be fixed, how the deduction of personal expense. Suppose if the person has a fixed salary income, 50% of the personal expense has to be deducted. And if he is no fixed income, if he is a businessman, then 30% of the personal expense has to be deducted. Like that, the judgment is going. And Beli Ram case is no DL. So I have gone through 1 or 2 case studies, but there is no time for me to go through each and every case study. So these are all the case studies. This also I will share with you. These case studies, they normally ask for scale 3 to 4 and scale 4 to 5. For others, scale 1 and 2, 2 and 3, and the normal questions will be sections, amount, the statutory limit of 6,000, appeal amount under section 170, 173. 173 relates to appeal, and the new penalties and amendments in 2019. If you go through all these things, I think you can attempt all the questions in TP, so that you should get the confidence of getting out of 25 marks in motor department. So that was the point. And finally, as per the request of Rajesh Bhaskar and Sriji, they told to touch upon some important endorsements also. Important endorsement, all the endorsements are important for me. But however, famous endorsements, you can note down. Endorsement number 1 is extension of geographical area. That you have to read. What is extension of geographical area? Endorsement number 2, agreed value clause. That is also important. Endorsement number 3, transfer of interest. And endorsement number 9, discount for vintage car. Then endorsement number, vehicle laid up endorsement, that is 11A. The only endorsement which are having 3 sections, 11A, 11B, and 11C, relates to vehicle laid up endorsement. What is 11A? What is 11B? What is 11C? Just go through your note of that. Then discount for specially designed modified vehicles for the blind and handicapped, IMT 12. Then
Sir, it's not audible, sir.
audible? Not audible?
Now it is audible. When you turn the other side, no, it's not audible.
Okay. Just I will take the book like this, so that I want to search the endorsement. That's all. Endorsement number 21, very important. Normally it is important in the official claim processing also. Endorsement number 21 deals with special exclusions and compulsory deductible. Endorsement number 21 defines some special exclusions and compulsory deductible. What is the compulsory deductible amount and what are the special exclusions? That is bumper. Section 1 of the policy doesn't cover lamps, tires, mudguards, bonnet side parts, and painting. And compulsory deductible, that amount we have to mention in that section B. Normally the deductible we have mentioned. So that was the point under 21. 23 is coverage for lamps. That is by paying additional premium. Cover for lamps, tubes, mudguards. So endorsement number 21 and 23 is important. And endorsement number 33, loss of accessories. Loss of accessories in a motorcycle. Normally, loss of motorcycles in a motorcycle, loss of accessories in a motorcycle will not be covered unless you pay the additional premium. Additional premium of 3% of the accessory value has to be paid to the insurer, so that you will get, in case the vehicle is also made theft, then, and if the accessories are stolen in that theft, then insurer will reimburse those accessories also. Otherwise, no. One more important endorsement. Endorsement number 35, hired vehicles driven by hirer. So nowadays we can see that that the green color plate, green color number plate, green or I think yellow, I don't remember. That number plate, that is you can hire a vehicle. You can submit some documents, your license, and you can hire a vehicle. Take the vehicle, and you can, after 2 days or 3 days, you can return back the vehicle. The hirer will charge some amount. So
sir, it is a black board with yellow.
Oh, yes, black board with yellow.
Yellow.
Okay, that green board with white is, I think that
it is electric vehicle.
Electric vehicle. Okay, so that also as per Motor Vehicle Act. So this endorsement number 35. You have to know, you must know what is endorsement number 35, and in case if the hired person has taken the vehicle, what is the provision for settlement of claim and how the claim will be dealt. one more important motorcycle. Endorsement number 47, very important. Mobile cranes, drilling rig, mobile plants, excavators, navies, that is overturning risk. By incorporating endorsement number 47, the insured is eligible to get, in case the vehicle is overturned during operation as a tool, then this endorsement has to be taken. In that case, the amount will be reimbursed, claim will be settled. Otherwise, for overturning risk, the claim is not payable under normal policy. And if the endorsement is selected, then the insurer will pay. So that is important. Then normally the endorsement 60 from 60 to 63. 60 to 65 deals with motor trade policies. Demonstration, driving station, for motor
Sir,
trade.
it's not audible, sir.
For motor trade. Note down IMT 60 to IMT 65 relating to motor trade policy. I think I remember that during 2016 or 17, they asked endorsement number 63 relates to the following. Option A, B, C, D. Correct option is endorsement number 63 relates to restriction of cover to liability risk for a motor internal risk policy. So that was the correct point. But almost you make, these are all the important as far as me is concerned, but go through all the endorsement. Normally, they will not ask for scale 4 to 5 and 3 to 4. What is this endorsement number like that? 1 to 2, 2 to 3, they may ask some endorsements. Very few questions will be endorsement, but you must know that now there is a, nowadays from 2018 onwards, they are asking claims working. They may give one question, that is vehicle, private car policy has been issued for a vehicle registered on such and such date. Accident happened on such and such date. The surveyor has assessed plastic parts, gross assessment is rupees so and so. Metal parts, gross assessment is rupees so and so. Private car is more than 2500 cc. Calculate the assessment. Calculate the claim payable. So you have to do what is from gross assessment of plastic, you have to apply 50% depreciation. From the gross assessment of metal parts, you have to apply according to the age of the vehicle. So you have to apply whether it is 15, 20 or 25, apply depreciation and add plastic parts, metal parts after depreciation and deduct the excess amount, policy excess amount. Then the amount will be correct. But minimum you have to spend 2-3 minutes for this question. Thereby, if 5 questions are there, entire 30 minutes will go. 5 into 2, 10, 15 minutes will go. Half of the time will go. So unless now calculators, I think it is allowed from this promotion exercise, but I don't know how it will be. They will allow only your computer system generation calculator, not your portable calculator. So make a practice in that calculator so that this type of questions can be at a minimum point, whether you are able to attend within a minimum time. So that is also one possibility. That's all. Any questions? I welcome questions from participants. This only respect to TP. Umachandran, 4 to 5. Bindu.
Sir, I think that 2019 amendment will have a prominent place in this year's question.
Yes, definitely, because last year they have not touched it. Last year, one more point also in 2019 amendment, so it has been notified by the central government, but it is the duty of the respective state governments to implement it. None of the state government, I think very few state governments have introduced this revised Motor Vehicle Act 2019. I think Tamil Nadu, I think they have already implemented that the penalties, revised penalties has been amended, and the new concept of golden hour is also they are taking care now. But many states, even I think Kerala has not enacted, Gujarat has enacted, Andhra, I don't know the exact how many states have enacted. Only if all the states have enacted this, then it have a full-fledged system of amendment. Maybe it may take some time, that's all. But otherwise, they have to overcome this, no. Otherwise, there is no question. Regarding that Supreme Court landmark judgment, the scale 4 and scale 5, 4 to 5, 3 to 4 has to go through important landmark judgment of Sarala Verma, Pranay Rai, Mukund Devangan, and compensation to unborn child, and Asha Rani judgment, liability to pillion raider. Because it is easy. If you know, then you can easily answer those questions. They may ask, what is the maximum multiplier that can be applied in a death case as per Sarala Verma case? So you have to go to the judgment. Then only the SC full bench has told that this type of for this type of death, and as per the revised inflation rate, the multiplier can be 16 or 18 can be done like they have given.
Sir, Bindu, sir,
Sir,
compulsory PA, any judgment is there, sir, for compulsory PA to on-account driver?
No, it has not yet come. But almost there is no issue in settlement of. What is your doubt on CPA, Bindu?
So I heard that some Rekha versus United India case for compulsory PA enhanced to 15 lakhs. Is it right?
No, it is 15 lakhs only, no CPA cover.
Yeah, that enhancement is based on some judgment.
No. It is not based on some judgment. But is actually, yes, it is a ruling of Supreme Court only. If Supreme Court is making a rule, then it must be some base for some case study. Then there must be some case. Just check it and go through that also.
Okay, sir. Okay,
but,
sir.
One more point you have remembered to me that in OD you have to thoroughly go through that CPA concept. What is compulsory PA? How it is applicable? Quantum? What is the benefits for death? What is the amount? What is the percentage? 100%. For disability, if it is permanent partial disability, then 50%. Permanent total disablement, it is 100%. And if the vehicle owner is having number of vehicles, 10 vehicle, 20 vehicle, what is the procedure for obtaining CPA policy? Is it necessary that he has to pay for each vehicle the CPA premium? It is not. They can pay for one single vehicle, and standalone CPA policy will take care for all other vehicles. So in those cases, you suggest that separate standalone CPA policy can be issued to take care of all the vehicles of the insured. So like that, it has go. Driving license, the insured should be. There is no necessity that insured should drive the vehicle. He can drive the vehicle, and he can be a co-passenger also. Co-passenger need not be in the front seat itself. He can be in the back seat also, provided that owner should have a proper driving license. That is the one point. And one more point is, if the vehicle is registered in the name of the firm or company, there is no need for issuing compulsory PA. So those aspects you have to go through. Some 2-3 circulars have been issued by IRD in the year 2018, 2019. Go through those circulars. It will be a very help for you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any more doubts? But go through the 2019 Amendment Act, the link, and also the PowerPoint presentation, which I am going to share to you. It will give you a good light so that you can easily remember those revisions made by 2019 Act. If there is no question, we can wind up. Sriji.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, participants. Thank you for your overwhelming response and patient hearing on the changes in TP. My sincere advice is go through the section 2 for each definition of vehicle, including e-car and e-rickshaw, and the various sections affecting the offenses, various sections affecting the liability, section 146, 147, 163A, 166, 170, 173, appeal provision. Appeal provision has been revised now by effective from 1/4/22. So those changes you must aware, then you can very well answer. Wishing you all the best. I wish all the participants should get good marks in motor department, so that all of you should be promoted. Thank you. Thank you one and all.
Thank you so much, sir. Sudhagar sir, for your time and energy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Nfgie.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So we'll share the PPT.
Thank you, Saravanan. Thank you, sir.